It's taken us 1 hour to do 33 kilometers. I think I'm ready for some comfort food. Let's get cooking. We're going to start off by making just traditional Chinese rice. Always use long grain rice. Don't use anything that has the word uncle in it. The first step is just to wash it. And you basically want to just rinse off all of the starch. Keep in mind that rice expands to about 3 times its size. Or you'll be like me, you'll always pick a pot that's too small. Rinsing it a couple times pretty much will get rid of all the excess starch, and you can see it as it gets flushed away. I have another little secret that I put in here, and we call it Chinese sausage. You go to the grocery store, Asian grocery, and you pick up this. It's a beef sausage. It's a bit on the sweet side, it's a bit on the greasy side, but it tastes great. And the best way to cook it is on top of rice. Simply throw it into the pot and then put the pot on the stove. You're going to want to cook it on medium heat. Don't cook it on high until it starts to boil. Cook it too long and it'll boil over. Once it reaches this stage where the water has pretty much disappeared, you can put the cover on and reduce it down to low heat, and it can sit like that until the rest of the meal is ready. First ingredient you're going to need for this traditional beef and tomato dish is garlic. I buy my garlic in bulk. It's already peeled. This is the only way to go. How much garlic? That much garlic. Is it too much garlic? No. You can always use more garlic. Smash the garlic, crush it, do whatever you want with it. I don't recommend just slicing it. I mash it with a big knife and then just chop it up. Careful not to leave your fingers in there. Preparation is most of the work with Chinese cooking. Take the garlic, just put it onto the side of a plate. We're going to use beef shank and simply cut it, trim it, take what you don't want out of it. I find lean cuts don't work well with this dish. Cut it into small bite-sized pieces. Try to cut across the grain if at all possible. Once you're done, put it into a container. You're going to want to marinate it a bit, and you don't have to do it for very long either. Soya sauce, dark soya sauce. Don't use that light stuff. How much you use? About that much. A bit of salt and pepper added to it. Keep in mind that you can always add more salt later on, but you can't take it out. The soya sauce is also going to add a salt content to it as well. A light coating with flour is next. I just use regular white flour. About that much. You want enough to cover all the beef as it's mixed up. Next, you're going to chop up the onions, bite-sized pieces again. And same thing for a couple of tomatoes, 2 or 3. Heat up a pan, medium heat. I use olive oil. How's our rice? It's looking pretty good. And then wait for the pan to heat up. Once it's warmed up, you should be able to toss the garlic in. It should sizzle a bit. Make sure the garlic doesn't burn. Alright, it's time to put the meat inside now. Just toss it in. Spread it around, give it a chance to brown. We're going to turn it a couple of times. We're going to cover it at the very beginning. Covering at the beginning helps it cook. However, this is called a stir fry. You leave the lid on too long, you'll be doing a steam fry. It will taste terrible. Give it another minute or two, and then check it. Give it a good toss. Make sure it cooks evenly, and it's not sticking terribly to the bottom of the pan. Another minute. Toss it again. Now we're going to put in the vegetables. We start with the hardest ones first, the ones that take the longest to cook. In this case, it's the onions. Remember that we're cooking beef here. We're not cooking a meat like poultry or pork, which needs to be cooked thoroughly. The beef is about half done at this point in time, and we're going to let it cook, and as it's cooking, it'll also do the onions for us. So they should soften up a bit too. Cover it a bit. Stir it around. Again, you can't let this stuff sit too long. It's usually about a minute and a half between each stirring. And it's looking pretty good now. Again, make sure it's not sticking to the bottom too badly. Finally, the tomatoes go in. We're almost ready for the top secret sauce. Get ready for this. Before we add this secret ingredient, we're going to just add a bit of water to it. Be careful with the water. You're not making soup. You're making a meat vegetable dish with a bit of sauce. Get it up to temperature. Make sure everything's simmering, boiling. This is a good time to deglaze the bottom of the pan as well. Keep in mind, I'm not using Teflon, I'm using stainless steel, so I can scrape it. I don't recommend doing this with a Teflon pan. And here's the secret sauce. It's ketchup. Yes, kids will love this meal. How much ketchup you put in, it depends on how much you like ketchup and how dark you want this to be. Because we coated this with flour at the very beginning, and the fact that ketchup is a bit thick to begin with too, you're not going to need to do anything to the sauce to thicken it up. There's no cornstarch required. At this point, simmer for another minute or two, and this dish is pretty much done. It's beef and tomato. To do the rice, if you haven't figured out how to get rice out of a pot yet, I don't think I can help you there. Take the Chinese sausage out, set the rice aside, and just slice the Chinese sausage up into thin pieces. And then we're going to put them aside into another dish. Presentation's everything. There you have it. You have beef and tomato with onions, a little bit of Chinese sausage, and some plain ordinary steamed rice to go along with it. Total cooking time from preparation to putting it onto plates, about 35 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, share.